name is Christy Bassard, and I'm here to just show you how to make my raw vegan cheesecake. And I'm really excited because since I've become a part of Beyond Organic, and we've had these products here in our home now for a couple of months, I've been able to come up with some really fun and creative ways to use the products in some of the regular menu items that I would normally make at home anyway. So with the assistance of my son, JR, we're going to go ahead and make a video so you can try these different products and ideas at home with your family too. First of all, this is called, I'm going to call it Raspberry Amasai Raw Vegan Cheesecake, because we do enhance my already raw vegan cheesecake with the Amasai, the Raspberry Amasai on top. So I'm going to show you how to make that now. First, the ingredients that you'll need, and I will have a list of all these ingredients underneath this video when it gets put up on the site, is you will need 1.5 cups of almonds, raw almonds. Some people soak their almonds and their cashews for this. I don't soak mine. Doesn't make a difference. So 1.5 cups of raw almonds, the organic pitted dates, and that's all you need for the pie crust. For the filling, which is called cheesecake but really has no cheese in it at all, is just your raw cashews, 3/4 of a cup of organic expeller pressed coconut oil. Raw honey is probably the best, but I'm just using regular honey. This is 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Fresh squeezed is the best. And then we're going to use just a little bit of vanilla extract, and of course, to enhance the entire pie and give it its really yummy flavor, is going to be the Beyond Organic Raspberry Amasai, which will also put some live probiotics into this dessert, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So to start off, you want to make your crust first. I make my pie in just a regular glass pie dish. Let's go over here so I can start with the crust. This is a Vitamixer. You don't have to use a Vitamixer. You can use a Blendtec or a food processor. But I do not recommend trying to make this dessert with just a regular blender. I don't know if it'll work or not, but you can try. Anyway, you just put all the ingredients in. The almonds and the dates is really the only two ingredients. Put the lid on. It's going to get loud here for a second. Let's move over here and I'll talk about the consistency of the crust. Now what I do is I take the crust, which is just the almonds and the dates, and I'm going to just put them in the bottom of the pie dish. I'm just going to show you here how it should look. It should come out the consistency almost like a ball of dough. That's perfect. Now if I can just get the rest out at the bottom. All right. I'm going to get every bit out because I'm going to use this same blender here to do the filling. There we go. That took me a minute. Okay, for me, I just wash my hands really well, and then I just go ahead and form the crust in the bottom of the pie dish so that I can get it even, because it is really thick from the dates and the oils from the almonds. And I'm just going to go like this and make sure it covers it as evenly as possible. Because if you don't, you'll have areas that you'll try to cut into after you freeze it. And it's cold and it's kind of hard to cut if you don't have it even, because some parts will be really super thick on the bottom, and that's not, it tastes good, but it's not easy to cut, like I said. Okay, let me just wipe my hands off. Okay, so now I'm going to start to make the filling for the cheesecake, and like I said, it's funny to even call it cheesecake because there's no cheese in it. I'm just going to dump all the ingredients in right over here. That was our 3 cups of raw cashews, 3/4 of a cup lemon juice, 3/4 of a cup of coconut oil, or 1 cup. I just cut back a little because I use the Amasai now, which is a little bit of liquid. 3/4 of a cup of honey, okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a little bit more than a teaspoon. I like the vanilla taste in mine. And then I'm going to open up the Amasai now. I haven't opened it yet, but if you have trouble with your Amasai having the cream at the top, which really isn't trouble at all, that's actually the way it should be, I hit it like this, open it up, and I want to use, and the cream drop down into it, which is good because we want that creamy flavor to be in the pie. And then I use 3/4 of a cup of the Amasai. This is the Raspberry Amasai. Now we get to go back over and make some noise again. Just gonna cover this up. Take this over, and now let me move these out of the way. I'm going to show you the consistency of the center. Okay, that's the center. Let's go ahead and even that out. Set this to the side because the last thing we're going to do is we are going to pour on the last part of the Raspberry Amasai over the top of the cheesecake. It's nice how it just sits on top. It just worked out perfectly the first time I made it because you need it to sit on top for when you freeze it. That's going to be your raspberry topping for the cheesecake. I'm just going to smooth this out a little bit. Of course, you can keep it like that if you want it to look a little bit decorative. In fact, I like that look, so I'm going to keep it like that. Wipe off the edge here. Now I'm going to freeze it for 1 hour. And in 1 hour, I will take it out and we will cut a piece and I will show you how beautiful this cake looks. And you'll be able to see me experience how delicious this cake is. Okay, are you ready for some delicious Raspberry Amasai cheesecake? I'm taking it out of the freezer now. Okay, that looks beautiful. Just cut into it a couple times because that crust, you really have to cut down hard into the crust. You don't need very big pieces. In fact, normally, if I was cutting this whole thing right now, I would cut it into at least 16 pieces because it's very, very rich. go, and look at that. You've got a little of the regular looking cheesecake and a little bit of the strawberry. There's the crust. Came out perfect. Right into it.